Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of Kerbal Program. Yeah, is Kerbal Space Program. I'm looking at Kerbal Space Center. We almost made it to the moon last time. We did some minor adjustments. We put some more fuel in both stages, and we just need to make sure we have our guys. Only Bob Kerman is left of our original. Poor Bill. The journey of Bill was lost. Um, so we put him in there. We'll take one engineer and then another scientist and another scientist. Of course, because we want more scientists. Why? Of course. There we go. Let's get ready and go. Let's hope we remember what we did last time and do it again. So, same major point here about just getting upward. We're going straight up. We're going to then burn towards the eastern horizon with our engine. Let's see, which needs to be in its own stage. I think I lost an engine here. Either that or one of the engines is already activated. Okay, so wasted some fuel there. Yeah, here we are. We wasted some fuel. Uh, so already ready to abort. Let's revert to the launch and try that again. We cannot afford mess ups at the beginning. It's just not going to be a good system. Let's see. These. This is way in the wrong place too. Yeah, this whole staging is all in the wrong place. Alright, this, then this, then this. Alright, there we go. Let's see. So, yes. Now for the stage, all we're doing is burning fissile fuel rockets, trying to get up as high as we can. We're still a relatively small ship, but you kinda want to start with a small ship and then move your way towards tinier and tinier ships. You don't want to get bigger and bigger ships. It takes too much fuel, too many rockets to get things going. At a certain point, if you're going to ask yourself, what's the biggest thing you could actually do in space? The next step in that thought would be, how many rockets would it take to move the orbit of Kerbin? And I don't believe it probably could, just by the way the game works. But in theory, if you could, in theory we could put enough rockets on. If we had infinite resources and infinite time and infinite money, we could put our our best resources into shooting the planet off of its orbit. Why would you want to shoot the planet off the orbit? It doesn't make a lot of sense. Uh, if you were going to try and move away from the sun to a secondary location, if you said, we're going to move all of Earth to a different star, we would freeze to death and all die. So the entire planet would have to have a air conditioning system and a ecological stabilizing system to do something like that. But if you have infinite time and infinite resources, I guess that would work. It would make for an easy spaceship, easy life on spaceships. Effectively, the planet is moving through space right now, so it's not a big difference if we just directed it, but we're moving through space with our sun, and I think we would probably want to continue doing that. So if we were gonna put a big rocket on the back of a planet, we probably need to put a big rocket on the back of our sun too, and move the whole solar system. So we're shooting for the moon again. Here we can see a little bit of the remnants of our last flight, going to be in orbit forever. Let's try not to collide with it. It would be highly unlikely if we did. Did not burn enough. There, I was burning just a little bit. And so what height am I at? We're barely above the atmosphere. We need to burn upward just a little bit. We're encountering drag. Can we overcome the drag that we're encountering now as we're falling downward? I don't know if we can. I do not know if we can. Just point ourselves upward more. I mean, we're falling. This is a mistake. Bad flight. Bad flight. The problem here is our apoaxis is just getting larger and larger, lower and lower. We need to be burning upward. And if we're entirely burning upward, then we have other problems, and we're about to be out of fuel, which that's no good. Not an efficient use of fuel there. Let's revert that flight again. Revert it to launch. I think I need to go back to assembly actually. Yeah, this whole thing, it just needs to go back to the vehicle assembly, and we will, let's get these stages in the right places. That way when we revert inevitably again, we will be in the right location. So what we're going to shoot for here is max thrust towards the eastern horizon as soon as we get to 70,000 feet. All we have is our scientist Bob for our original guys. If we kill Bob, it almost feels like that should be a game over scenario. I think if you kill your 4 major guys, that should be a game over scenario. But this game's so hard without having any SAS system just cannot handle all of this mass. This is a very heavy engine with a lot of fuel. So we just go in circles until we hit 70,000. Then I will uh, start burning. Let's see. Let's start at half thrust, and then I'll turn it up. I'll just start at full thrust. Why not? Now I can't see the north, so I don't know if I'm facing the east or what. About ready to start burning. This has got to be the east one, right? Yeah, this is east. There we go. And we start burning at full thrust. And all those will land on their own. We want to stay ahead of the apoaxis this time. That's why we're burning at full thrust. Go ahead and set the moon as our target. If we can get to the moon, if we can get to a stable orbit, those are the scenarios which we would want to quick save. Turn on fuel for the stage. We are burning. Keep on going. Keep on going. Let's get that Prapsis. Max thrust. I think we're gonna do it. There we go. This is raising. This is raising. This is good. Now we are at where we can just do prograde and start down this path. Go ahead and hit this and just use the least amount of fuel possible as we expand out our orbit. We just have a tiny amount of fuel right now anyways. That's not great. Have a point of intersection. Where's the other point of intersection? Oh. Getting closer. Closer. Closest approach is getting further. Let's see, target. pointing towards the target, trying to get a closer approach. Get that angle down. Interesting. So that's our fuel. For that entire run. What we want to do now is fast forward. I don't think in this rotation we're going to, let's see, we're going to be able to get close to it. I think the ship is just, the moon is rotated, orbited far enough away. So we may have to do a couple of rotations. We may have to do a lot of rotations. See, this thing is just getting away from us. And see, here's the moon. Here. Here's us here. Our closest approach is that. So let's go ahead and speed it up. We are just gonna have to wait until it comes around again. So now our closest approach is here, when the moon will be here. Again, we don't need to worry about that, so it's not going to be close enough. And just like that, on the third one, we will come into a closer approach. That probably goes to say that if we had just stopped burning our fuel, we could have used the fuel we had before to use the fuel from the previous stage to slow ourselves down into an orbit. At this rate, we might have a very high orbit, like we had around the moon, and I want to see if I can maybe balance out an orbit as a way of slowing myself down. Let's see. Might as well be able to warp here. I don't want a quick save though. Let's see. Warp here. Let's see. Come on, speed up. Speed up, speed up, speed up. There we go. So I want to take me about 3 hours to get there if I just sat here. So let's warp here. Right. And then retrograde, full on, ready, and fire. Slow myself down. My thing might not be powerful enough, actually, come to think of it. If I could get a like 8,000 meter orbit, that would be great too. An 8,000 meter orbit means I could spend the effort to do some near moon experiments, pull those out. Let's see. So this thing's slowing down. Let's 600's still quite a lot. I want real close to the moon. When you have to do near the moon science stuff, it is ridiculously close. It's ridiculously close. Don't do that. Looks like we're gonna have enough fuel though. Looks like we're gonna have plenty of fuel. So we're at 150,000, and I do want it to be just really close. 60, 40. Try less than 20. And see if that's enough. Alright. Time to quick save. We are in a good position. We are definitely in a good position. Stage. We have all of this. Crew report worth nothing. Observe the mystery goo. That's worth something. And log pressure data. That's worth something. Log temperature. That's worth something. And observe the materials bay. That's worth something. So we send Bob out. He's gonna do an EVA. And he's going to, well, the EVA is not worth anything, but he's gonna come over here and collect all this data for us and reset these things. There we go. Again, we get into this terrible thing of collect the data and restore. Collect, take the data from that, take the data from that, collect the data, and restore. That was actually really nice. Did that pretty efficiently. Yep. And F, you start tapping that F button. See if you can grab on and board. That is great news. Great news. Where are my landing legs? Well, my landing gears do not seem to be here. Either they got blown off or something. Which is gonna be a bit of a problem. Definitely a bit of a problem there. Am I gonna get 5 astronauts killed on this thing? I don't know, but we're quick saving and let's start warping. Warp to this position here. We're gonna be at less than 30,000. What is the log temperature? Space near the moon, good. Log pressure, space near the moon. Observe the material bays, space near the moon. Observe the mystery good here, space near the moon. And do a crew report, space near the moon. Okay, that's no good. Send Bob out for another EVA. Yep, that'll work. All that data. back up we go. FF. Down. Grab and board. Let's see. Mystery goo, we got that one. We're ready now to start pointing retrograde. And let's quick save. We want to just burn retrograde and slow ourselves down. Reduce our orbit. This is a complete attempt to just have a nice orbit around. Let's see. As this is balancing out. We're ready now to start slowing down the whole way. Slow ourselves down all the way. Might as well. We've lost all of our momentum at 20,000 is what we're trying to do. So we're watching this, hoping for the best. This is weird. This is gonna be a weird one. Without legs, we've got nothing to land on but our own backsides. So we're practically going to have to just land directly on this, and by landing directly on this, we are going to maybe even have a little bit of fuel to get off the planet, but I doubt it. I think we've used all of our force there. Now we're going to slowly start falling. Slow down that fall rate. We're getting faster, falling faster and faster. This usually takes a lot. That's nice. Those are probably planets I could actually get to. But that looks like a star. I don't even want to be going 10. And you can't even see it when we're in this darkness. You really can't even see it. Meters a second. It'll take forever at that rate to get down, and we're going through fuel like crazy. Just have no idea. Just have no idea whatsoever. we'll get really lucky and we are only a few meters, we're gonna run out of fuel, and the running out of fuel is gonna be really bad. Let's see, let's do something really silly and zoom out here. There's no point even zooming out to that. Can we really land on this planet? Getting faster and faster. Still have no clue. I mean, it says we're 10,000 meters above. It says that. But I can't believe that. We could hit the ground at 7,000 meters. We could hit the ground at 500. It all kind of doesn't really help. Let's see. We're almost out of fuel. Cut it now, do you think? Or keep going slowly all the way down? If only the moon had even the tiniest amount of atmosphere, just enough that I could release the parachutes and it would actually do something. Any small amount of friction would be all that would be needed. We're about to run out of fuel. I don't know when I last quick saved either, so I have really no clue. We're down to 3 meters per second. This would be a very gentle landing. A very, very gentle landing if we're about to land on the ground. But if we're 2,000 meters above the ground, by the time the fuel burns out, we'll probably pick up enough speed to still crash to our death. Look at this, it's just crawling. It's just crawling. Let's see. There we go. I had to actually stop right there, just so we could gather some more speed, downward momentum. And there you saw we're already back up to 15 meters per second, just by stopping our reverse thrusters, our landing thruster attempt here. Auto saving at 9,000. Are we really close? 8,900, 8,700, and I don't know if I've said this and made it clear enough. There are significantly different heights on the moon. There are a lot of mountains and a lot of craters, and you could be one right place to land on one flight might be 3, 4, 5,000 meters difference in the next flight, because you might land in a crater one time and land on top of a mountain the next. 7,000. Looks like we're about to run out of fuel. 6,700. Keep an eye on this. 6,500. We're starting to go down. We're out of fuel. 6,000, 5,000, 5,800, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36. Quick load. Alright. So, what point are we at now? I want to burn retrograde here to the point where we are colliding. But that's it. I want to spend the rest of our fuel so still haven't. Well, this ought to be interesting. Let's warp here and then burn retrograde some more to slow ourselves down using less fuel. Since we still have at 5,000 meters, look at this. Alright, burn. Burn in retrograde, 5,000 meters from the surface. We don't have the legs. Down. Surface speed. Let's see. Observe the materials bay on space near the moon. Now I don't think there's a very near or a very far, which I kind of appreciate that. Just be too much, in my opinion. Alright, so we've got this happening now. We are very close to the surface. We potentially are going to... We want to slow down even at 13. Make a ridiculously slow train of events to watch. There we go. 3 meters per second. We can see the rocks, we can see some details. At least we're in the sun this time. Nope, nope, nope. Let's slow ourselves down. but this might actually work. There we go, we're doing 3 meters per second. Now 1. Nope, 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 nope. Went a little too far there. 5 meters, 6 meters. Let's slow that down. Oh, this is so micromanaging. 3 meters per second, you'd think that would be fine. It should be fine, right? That should be fine. Just ride it in. Ride it into the end at less than 3 meters per second. Hey, we fell over. But we made it. We made it. Bob and crew. We almost lost every single original person. Let's do the science and get some science from the surface of the moon. Midlands. We aren't in an actual one of the named craters, but that's fine. Crew report. Definitely. And now it's time for Bob to get out and let's see. EVA report, well, in space just above the Midlands, alright. Let's see. Store experiments. Here we go. Take a surface sample. Do an EVA report. Nope. Let's see. Store experiments. And we'll do another EVA report from the Midlands. Now, collect data, remove data, restore. Data. He seems to be having fun. Take the data from the thermometer. Take the data from the pressure thing. And it doesn't seem like he wants to be able to take the data from this guy. Let's see what happens if we walk on the other side. Taking a surface sample. Can't ever have too many surface samples. And let's plant our flag. Flag is planted. And that is a real landing. We landed. That wasn't a... Last time I put quote-unquote landing. This time, I'm going to just say we really landed. Are we going to be able to get off or get back to the planet? I don't think so. Collect the data and then restore. But we can run around on the planet. We could run to other sections at, let's see, time warp? Can't time warp any more than 4. Let's see. Can't warp faster when moving over terrain. See? It let me time warp on Kerbal, but it's not letting me time warp on any of the other places. So that was a whole grab situation there. Did you see that flip? There we go. Board. So what we can do now is log the temperature again, log the pressure again, just so we have redundant experiments. Observe the mystery goo again, and observe this again, just in case that there might be another crew report here, and a crew report here, so that gets us 2 crew reports. That's the maximum amount of potential science that we can get. Of course, now we didn't land on any landing legs. The landing gears are gone. So we can quick save. What we're gonna try and do is rotate ourselves so we're pointing that way, and then use the last of our fuel to see if we can maybe, just maybe, slide along this rocky terrain, not blow ourselves up, and get back to Kerbal. All we have to do is get lucky. It's pretty much the trick to it. All we have to do is get it in such a way that that if I had landed directly on my engine, by the way, that would have helped too. If we can get into an escape velocity of the moon, we will then by default be in an orbit of some fashion with Kerbal, unless we get such an escape velocity that we are all the way into the rest of it. So let's go. If we can get enough speed and off this side, we're back flying. Do we have enough fuel to escape? Or are we just going to come back? You can fly, particularly just prograde on this. That's all we have to do. Fly prograde. That's the bit of our fuel. So we did not have enough fuel here, but we did go from this point to this point, so we might actually end up in a different biome if we don't kill ourselves in the crash. Let's try it. If we get some more science, then we get some more science. And we do love science. These poor guys are going to be stranded, but they're not going to be lonely at least. They're going to be stranded on the moon. At least they didn't die like Bill. Maybe they can go spend a day and find Bill and properly put a headstone on where he crashed. We're moving at 300 meters per second. That didn't work. So, what can we really do then? Probably not a lot. If we try again to burn straight up, we don't have enough fuel. We could probably burn for a shorter amount of time and get lucky and maybe just get ourselves up in a different biome. This is about the silliest way you could possibly be doing this. There we go. on some impacts here. Well, this might get us into a different crater. With all the science gone, let's see, what was that crew report? Let's see. Lands. So you could mess with this if you were just desperate for science. When we zoom out, you can see we are right here. This does look like this might be a crater until you start zooming really out. The major craters are huge, and the little pot marks that look huge in your perspective here. If we focus, come on, it won't let me zoom out anymore. So this little piece here is not in a crater. I can't zoom out enough to show you one. I've somehow managed to land on the moon and completely avoid all the craters. So you could walk north to the highlands, or you could walk south to the highlands, or what should be called the lowlands, but I think they're both called the highlands. If you just wanted to walk. Even putting a rover on this is not a great idea. Doing the whole rover thing is a waste. So let's send that science back. Transmit, 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 transmit. We've got a lot of science to transmit. Here. Review that data, transmit that. Transmit it anyways, might as well. See if we can find the mystery goo and all that and transmit that. We rolled ourselves with our antenna, which I wouldn't recommend ever trying to roll yourself with an antenna unless you're just on your last options, which you quite often are. Let's see. Review report, send that. Review that, send that. And review that and send that. So crew report and all the science we could possibly send is getting sent. Now, not enough electrical charge. You will notice, you see that quite a lot. We are in this situation where we need more electricity. So we can speed it up and let these solar panels slowly charge as they transmit the data. Pretty much just keep your eyes on this and go in warp mode when the transmit is transmitting. We can go into faster warp mode. It's still taking too long. It's a lot of data, these experiments. Let's just keep going. Wow. It is a lot of data. Eventually the sun will go away and then we'll have to wait for another day. We're almost up to the maximum. Up there, it's about to get nighttime. Just let all of it transmit. We collected a lot. There we are, we're done. I'm gonna fast forward till we are in the bright daylight. There we go. So, let's get him out. let him go. He hasn't been out for an EVA. See if we can get all the guys lined up for a picture. Which, if you want to do that, is going to require a lot of loading. We have 264 science now. Let's see. Jed-free Kerman. EVA. Hatch is obstructed, can't get out. Alright, well, let's see. Let's see if we can get him out. Rotate the ship. Oh no. Well, I was gonna get all the guys out, but this may take too long to be worth it. I think it will be. Let's just recap the science. This is the last episode of our science mission. Of our science run on this game. It has been incredibly easier, way more fun. We've gotten to the moon way earlier than what it took us in the career mode. So much of this game right now is just this experience where it's like the training sucks, the scenario sucks, the career mode sucks. Everything about it sucks. I mean, really? Well, no, I don't mean to say that. Why am I saying everything about it sucks? That's wrong. That's totally wrong. A lot of it sucks. And a lot of it needs a lot more polish, and a lot of it needs a lot more work. But when you play in science mode, when you play in sandbox mode, which is what we're going to do next time, there is fun to be had here. This is fun and learning some real edutainment. Let's see. I like building the spacecrafts. I like building the airplanes. I don't like flying the airplanes. I'm cool with flying the spacecrafts because that's something. There's more to flying the spacecrafts and trying to get it in there. I don't like the orbital mechanics stuff. It's too difficult. It probably is exactly realistically in line with the real world orbital mechanics, but I don't want to play a game that is a flight simulator. This is a great example of why I would never play flight simulators that are just flight simulators. Best flight game I've played recently that was straight flying was a Snoopy flight game on the Xbox, where you'd fly around and fight the red bear and in multiplayer shoot things at people, and that's not realistic, and that's not what I want. I don't want realism. I don't want to go into the main mode and look at tons of controls. But there is fun to be had in this game. I've had a lot of fun with the science mode. I could continue on this science mode. I could not really continue on the career. It would be too frustrating. It would take too much longer. We could do this series. I could continue this series and just be like, okay, now let's see. Here's our pilot. We'll put our pilot right in front of ourselves. In front of the others. And there we go. Let's see. it so we can all be seen. Uh, I could definitely keep on going with this. Here's our moon landing. 5 Kerbals stuck on the moon. Uh, they are going to be stuck there forever because I'm never going to do another flight to do it. The main problem is that this game says it's 1.0. They're going to come out with a 1.1, I bet, in the future. And if it's like any of the other previous versions, things will be so changed and so improved upon that it makes sense to play the game again. So maybe I'll come back and do another series at that point. I would probably just want to stick to science, unless I hear from other people that the career mode has been significantly made easier and improved upon. But yeah, this is fun. I could definitely get from this point. Let's just look at it. We have the 200 needed. So if we got this, we could get this for 160, but I probably want to get this and get a stronger ship, stronger rocket, and I think that leaves me just at 100. So the next bit I would want to get is this after this. I'd get this next, and then this, so I could get this and get some of these more science things. A lot of these things I haven't ever used, so in the sandbox mode we will see about that. Get some better fuel, perhaps. Let's see. Which one would I rather get? Probably this. Nope, I'd have to get this one, then that one. Just work our way towards filling in this whole thing. How much science did we get in Kerbal? Just talking Kerbal, we got a total. Can we see the total amount? Of... no. I do not know. Material study while in space high over Kerbal was 45. That was the most we got. Yeah, it's not giving us any sums. That kind of sucks. But I think you can probably tell we got significantly more science by going to the moon. And we'd get significantly, slightly more than the moon by going to Minmus and continuing work here. I think I could get to every single one of these planets. Some of these moons are pretty small, but I probably could do that too if I put enough time into it. I'm feeling like I could really make that progress. We didn't even do any piloting. I don't think that in this section there's enough parts. Really, do we have any engines? This tiny little fuel tank is what we just unlocked. One of them at least. Yeah, we could build one airplane if we wanted to. I think we actually did build something close to that. Just don't save that. We don't need to. But yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I've been really negative on Kerbal Space Center, space program. I've been real negative on it, and I didn't mean to be that negative. I really didn't. It's just that's the experience that playing it this time gave me. Anyways, I want this to be where we end it. I want this to be where we end it. Unfortunately, nope. We're gonna have to abort that mission now. We can't leave people on the moon. That would be too cruel. we're going to have to come to the Space Center and terminate. I am the Terminator, and I am going to terminate them. And just like that, they are dead. Terminate those flights. They are killed in action. We will have a state funeral for them and send the pensions to their loved ones. And they're gone now. So, oddly, Bill and Bob are available for the next mission. Interesting. How did we get Bill and Bob back? I don't know. It's saying we didn't lose any of those people that we just terminated. So that's a little weird. I don't know why we lost Jebediah and Valentina, but Bill and Bob are back. Bill died a while ago, the flight before, and Bob just died when I terminated him. But everybody wants to be an astronaut now. Why not? I lose them real quickly, so. Anyways, that's where we're going to end off. I hope you enjoyed this series. I hope you learned something. Stay tuned for the Sandbox series or episode. It probably will only be one episode. We're going to build something super powerful with everything unlocked. See if we can get to the moon and back. We haven't done that yet, but I think next series, it might take us a couple episodes to do it, actually, now I think about it. But anyways, stay tuned for that, then we're going to be done. Go check out my playlists, look at some other games I'm doing. I'm doing The Witcher 3 right now, and that's going to be taking up a lot of my time. So, uh, and I'm doing several other games, Minecraft and Hearthstone also, and probably Plague Inc. still. Uh, so go check those out. Watch us. As always, I ask you to like this video. I ask you to subscribe to my channel, comment if you want to, and share it with your friends. And because it helps me with YouTube, I ask you watch every second of my videos. That helps me a lot. If you want to support me, that would be greatly appreciated. You can do that by clicking on my name, Rydo. That gets you to my main YouTube page. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. This is the only thing I do. This is my career. I'm new at it. Is being a YouTuber, being a game critic. Uh, so please do support me. And you can support me other ways by following me and friending me on lots of social media services. There's a whole bunch of links down below. Uh, Follow me on anything you follow. It helps you see when new episodes are out, even though I'll tell you right now I release new episodes every Monday through Friday. But you might want to know the exact hour for specific things. So following me helps. But it also helps me with each one of those services. They all want me to have more followers, more friends. Uh, Anyways, that's the end of the series. I had a lot more fun. I really did have fun. And I'm glad for that. I hope you had fun. Anyways, thank you for watching. Have a good evening.